Vanderpump Rules. Katie Maloney talks marriage after painful divorce. Vanderpump Rules star Katie Maloney is talking about marriage after a very painful divorce. She was previously wed to her co-star, Tom Schwartz, from 2016 to 2022. Unfortunately, there were red flags all along, but they chose to ignore them and tied the knot anyway, twice. So what is Katie saying after being a divorcee for 2 years now? Keep reading for more details. When Vanderpump Rules first began, Katie Maloney was dating model Tom Schwartz. They were good friends with the rest of the cast, so they would travel, party, and hang out with them. Though they claimed they were in love, Katie and Tom had a very combative relationship. They would fight whenever they would have too much to drink and even become aggressive. On a few occasions, Tom would drink too much when he was with the guys and be unfaithful. Still, Katie wanted to spend the rest of her life with him, so she gave him an ultimatum at the end of season 3. By season 4, he proposed, but they fought all the way to the altar. Tom even forgot to send in the marriage license, so they were not legally married until 2019. They tried to have a baby and even did testing, which required Tom to change his lifestyle, which he failed at. Eventually, his devotion to his new bar, his friendship with Tom Sandoval, and a plethora of other issues ended the marriage. Katie has found a newfound sense of freedom and is in a happier place. So does that mean she would get married again? According to Bravo, Katie Maloney has no idea what the future holds when it comes to walking down the aisle once again. Although she is dating musician Nick Martin and claims to be very much in love with him, that does not mean she wants to make it legal. She has one stipulation if she were to get married, and it seems she only would do it if it means forever. However, Katie Maloney is keeping an open mind when it comes to her partner. She does not want to deprive them of the chance to have a lasting union. So it seems that she has no intentions of getting married as she does not have to. Yet if the person she loves wants it, that is a different story. Nick Martin, who plays in the band Sleeping with Sirens, is currently going through a divorce. He also allegedly has a shady past with women that keeps popping up. Despite what comes out about him, Katie fiercely defends him and maintains she is very much in love. Katie Maloney of Vanderpump Rules has gone through a transformative journey over the years. Known for her straightforward personality and unwavering loyalty, Katie's story took an unexpected turn when her relationship with Tom Schwartz, once deemed the perfect couple on the Bravo series, ended in a heartbreaking divorce. Now, as she emerges from the shadows of her past and looks toward the future, Katie has become a voice for resilience, growth, and self-discovery after divorce. Her reflections on marriage post-divorce have resonated deeply with fans, offering insight into her new outlook on relationships, self-worth, and happiness. Katie and Tom's relationship was a cornerstone of Vanderpump Rules, showing both the highs and lows of a relationship that spanned more than a decade. Their story included everything from breakups and makeups to their highly anticipated wedding in 2016, which was even officiated by their boss, Lisa Vanderpump. Yet behind the scenes, Katie and Tom faced challenges that reality TV couldn't always capture. Reflecting on her marriage, Katie has spoken candidly about the emotional rollercoaster she experienced before and after the divorce. The decision to separate was not taken lightly, and as she has said in interviews, the pain of ending such a long-standing relationship was profound. Divorce was a decision made after years of contemplation, where Katie realized she had lost touch with her own needs and desires. The constant push and pull of compromise in the relationship had, over time, worn her down. Katie often speaks about how her experience was far from the fairy tale ending she once envisioned. Divorce was a process that required her to confront her fears, insecurities, and most importantly, her sense of self. For years, she'd been half of Katie and Tom, and rediscovering her individuality became both a challenge and a journey toward empowerment. This healing process led her to new perspectives on relationships and marriage itself. In the wake of her divorce, Katie has shared that she now sees marriage in a different light. Previously, she viewed it as a commitment to compromise and as an ideal that would naturally bring her happiness. Now she realizes that a marriage should be a partnership that enhances both individuals rather than limiting them. For Katie, this means that future relationships must be grounded in mutual respect, growth, and above all, individuality. In recent interviews, Katie has openly discussed how she no longer believes in the idea of forever as a requirement for a successful marriage. Her marriage to Tom taught her that relationships are fluid, and sometimes people grow in different directions. She's since embraced the idea that while a marriage might not last forever, it can still hold value and meaning. In her words, relationships should not be evaluated solely on their longevity, but on the growth, joy, and lessons they provide along the way. This evolution in her thinking is something that has resonated with many fans. Divorce often carries societal stigmas, but Katie's openness has helped reframe it as a catalyst for self-discovery. She encourages others to let go of the need for external validation and to focus on what truly brings them happiness. One of the most inspiring aspects of Katie's post-divorce journey has been her focus on self-love and independence. Coming out of a long-term relationship, she's had to rebuild her sense of identity and rediscover what it means to be happy alone. This wasn't an easy journey, but Katie has shared that it was one of the most rewarding experiences she's ever had. Katie has emphasized the importance of taking time for self-reflection, allowing herself to embrace solitude and understanding her own worth. This process has led her to develop a stronger sense of independence, no longer relying on a partner to fulfill her. This newfound independence is something she's found empowering. She shared that learning to be comfortable alone has helped her realize that happiness doesn't need to be tied to a relationship. In fact, she believes that being happy on her own is the best foundation for any future partnership. Through this journey of self-love, Katie has adopted a healthier perspective on dating. Rather than feeling pressured to jump back into a relationship, she's allowing herself the space to explore her own interests, passions, and goals. Katie is keen to avoid the pattern of codependency, which she felt was a trap in her previous relationship. By focusing on her own happiness first, she's confident she'll be better prepared to enter into a relationship that is balanced and fulfilling. While Katie is not opposed to the idea of getting married again, she's in no rush. For her, the idea of marriage is no longer tied to validation or a happily ever after narrative. Instead, she's looking for a partner who complements her life rather than defining it. Katie has expressed that she's interested in finding someone who respects her boundaries, values her independence, and is equally committed to their own personal growth. Katie's journey has also led her to seek someone with emotional maturity, someone who understands that a healthy relationship involves both individuals taking responsibility for their own happiness. She wants to avoid repeating the mistakes of the past and is adamant that any future relationship will be a partnership of equals. This time around, she's setting higher standards and feels empowered to walk away from anything that doesn't align with her values. Katie's openness about her divorce and her new perspective on relationships has been a source of inspiration for her fans, many of whom are going through similar experiences. By sharing her struggles and triumphs, Katie has become a relatable figure for those grappling with the aftermath of a breakup or divorce. She's shown that while the journey can be painful, it's also an opportunity to redefine one's sense of self and happiness. Today, Katie Maloney is living life on her own terms. She's focused on her career, her friendships, and the things that bring her joy. As part of Vanderpump Rules, Katie continues to share her journey with viewers, offering a real look into the complexities of rebuilding after a significant loss. Her willingness to be vulnerable and open about her experiences has allowed her to connect with her audience in a deeper way. Katie's story is ultimately one of resilience and reinvention. She's proof that life after divorce doesn't have to be about dwelling on the past or feeling like a failure. Instead, she sees it as a stepping stone toward becoming a more authentic version of herself. Whether or not she decides to marry again, Katie is committed to living a life that honors her values and happiness.